VPOC, welcome back to another video. So in this one, I'll be taking you guys through a long-term review of the Redmi Note 7 from Xiaomi. So I've had this phone since 2019 and I just want to take you guys through how it's been performing so far throughout the 2 years I've had it, because I'm about to say goodbye to it. So if you're in the market for a Xiaomi phone, or you just want to know how the Redmi Note phones hold up over a long period of time, then this video will definitely help you out. So without further ado, let us begin. So I'll first start with the features and specs of the Redmi Note 7. So this phone was released back in January 2019. I bought it in March of that year, and it comes with a 6.3-inch screen, as well as 4GB RAM and 128GB internal storage. So if you go to the settings, I've already opened it in settings. So here you can see all the details of the phone's specs. So it's the Redmi Note 7, 4GB RAM, octa-core CPU, and it's currently running Android 10, and Xiaomi did not update the phone to Android 11, and it's not going to get an update to Android 12, so it's stuck at Android 10. And the internal storage that is currently available is 109GB out of the 128GB. So there's a chunk of that memory that is taken up by all these apps that come pre-installed. They factory reset the phone. So this is how you will get it if it's brand new. It comes pre-installed with all these apps. And at the back, we have a 48 megapixel camera along with a fingerprint sensor. And let me just remove this plastic case. The phone came with this plastic case, but it didn't come with this glass protector. So there's a glass protector here. That one I bought it separately. And at the back, the phone also has a glass back. That's why you can use the case, but for a long time I wasn't using the phone with a case, so I'll just come back to that later. So in terms of the design, I think it looks like a very well designed phone. It's not the slickest phone, definitely, but it's slim enough and it's small enough to fit in any pocket. And the phones that are coming out nowadays are much larger than this one. This is a 6.3-inch screen. The newer phones come with much larger screens. So that's one thing I really liked about this phone. It wasn't that big. The battery on the phone is a 4000 milliamp hour battery, which used to last me a full day. I used to charge this phone once a day, and that was enough to take me through the whole day up to the next day when I would charge it again. So that 4000 milliamp battery really came in handy in terms of retaining the charge. I'll go to the advantages of the phone. Over the 2+ years I've been using the phone, number one, it's always been very fast. You know, it's never hanged. Okay, occasionally it did freeze here and there, but very rarely, and that one was always solved by just turning it off and on. And the fingerprint sensor also was very fast. It's very fast. Right now it's off because I factory reset the phone, but if you just touched it, it would unlock the screen very fast. And even now when it's not connected, if I still touch it, it turns on the screen. So definitely the fingerprint sensors on Redmi phones are very nice. And it also had a 3.5mm jack at the top. I know a lot of phones that are coming out nowadays don't have this 3.5mm jack. So at least this one had that. So I could easily use it with earphones without any issues. And at the bottom, it has a USB-C port, which was very fast in transferring my data files between the phone and the computer. So that's something I really enjoyed about the phone. And it also has a notification light at the bottom. So I don't have any notifications now, but there was a notification light here at the bottom that blinks when you receive SMSs and messages and all that. So that was something I really liked about the phone. So overall, this phone is still functioning 100%. It's never had any issues. I've never had to take it to the shop for repairs or anything. Now the problem came when the memory started becoming full I tried deleting things and freeing up memory, but it was a challenge. I just transferred all the important things that I had on the phone to my computer, and then I formatted it, because once you start filling up that space, freeing it really becomes an issue unless you just transfer all your files to the computer, and then you just delete a lot of the files. So be sure to manage your files if you have a phone with a large storage, because once that storage becomes full, it will become a hassle trying to clean up the files. So that's just a tip I will give anyone. Another advantage of the phone was the camera. This 48 megapixel camera is the one that I've been using to shoot the videos for the channel. So if you've been watching the channel for some time, all those videos have been shot on this phone. So it has very decent camera quality, and it's something I've really loved about the phone. And also the audio, it has really quality audio, and the loudspeaker is very loud. Redmi Note phones have very loud speakers, and yeah. So something else I also liked was the value for money. So this phone, I bought it at 20,000 back in 2019, and at that time, getting 4 GB RAM, Snapdragon processor, and 128 GB internal storage, you'd have to spend at least 25,000 or 30,000. So Xiaomi really came in with a really good product with the Redmi Note 7, and it was quite the value for money, and I've really enjoyed using the phone. I won't lie, it's been a pleasure. But now let's move on to the disadvantages. So now the major disadvantage I've had with the Redmi Note phone is the earpiece. So the earpiece over the months has become less and less powerful. So I don't know if it's that has been collecting there. I tried cleaning it, but it's muted. If I'm outside the house, I can't hear anyone if you call me. Like the voice is quite muted. But if I'm in an enclosed space like my house and it's quiet, I can easily have a phone call with someone and hear someone. But outside, receiving phone calls was a nightmare, and that was one of the major reasons why I looked to switch to another phone. Aside from that, I really can't complain about this Xiaomi phone. It's never let me down. It's never had any issues. It's functioning 100%, other than the earpiece being quite low in terms of the volume. And I've increased the volume, so it's not something about the software. I suspect it's a hardware thing, but that's the only issue that I've experienced with the phone. And if you're in the market for a new phone, and you have a tight budget and you're here in Kenya, I'd highly recommend you go for Xiaomi phones. They offer value for money, and as I've said, I've been using this phone for over 2 years and it's never let me down, and I'm actually giving it away to somebody else to continue using it, so it will still be in use. And in case any of the details I've given you changes, I will make sure to update you in another video. So we've come to the end of this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Share the video and like, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.